Okay, so for this correction is for plate tectonics. Very clear, okay, about what we have covered for the examination. So I'm just going to go through the few things again. So the very first thing that you may see is the distribution. So distribution of four mountains. It can be distribution of volcanoes, it can be distribution of four mountains, it doesn't matter, as long as the steps are given to you. Okay, so with reference to 2.1, describe the distribution of four mountains. So from here you can see it's very simple. A group of four mountains can be found along west coastline of South America in a linear pattern. Okay, so group of four mountains. Okay, all these are keywords that you must take note. Group of four mountains along the western coastline. So coast and western coastline of South American continent. Okay, distributed in a linear pattern. So all this must be written. Or you can say located along the western coastline of South America. There is a group of four mountains in a linear pattern. Okay, so this part here is also acceptable. Okay, it's also acceptable. So make sure you have the what is the landform, either full mountain or volcano, followed by the direction, okay, western, north, whatever, followed by the coastline, okay, coastline, whether it's coastline or inland, and then the basically the continent itself, South American continent with a linear pattern. So linear, so the patterns that we have is linear, clustered, or circular. Okay. So if you know that it's a format question, then we are required to write four different lines. Okay, four different lines. Okay, I just want to highlight this thing because I think I just want to reiterate again. Okay, so remember this. If it's a diverging plate boundary, okay, tak sampai beda. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so if it's a converging plate boundary, then it is stratovolcano. Okay, if it's diverging plate boundary, apa ni? Wait Okay, so if it's a diverging plate boundary, then it is shield volcano. Okay, so need to know this. Make sure you know this by heart. Converging plate boundary, stratovolcano. Diverging plate boundary, shield volcano. Repeat again. Converging means the direction is towards each other, then you know it's strato. Diverging means going away from each other, then you know it's shield. Okay. So if you look at this map, just a small map. If you look at this part here, okay. So for example, identify this landform. Okay, this is the volcano. You look at the arrow. The arrow is going here and going here. Okay, so it's very clear that this volcano will be a shield volcano, right? Because it is diverging, right? It's going away. So same thing goes here. So if you look at this volcano, then it's going away. The plate is going away, so it's a shield volcano. So for example, if I have a volcano here also, if I have a volcano here, then this volcano, because this is moving away, then it will be a shield volcano. Okay, very clear cut. But if you look at this volcano, where's my answer? Okay, so if you look at this volcano, right? This volcano, the arrow is pointing this way and the arrow is also pointing this way, so they are pointing, converging towards each other. So immediately is a stratovolcano, the more violent one. Okay, so take note of that. Okay, so I'm moving forward to the next question. Describe the formation of four mountains. Okay, so remember, it happens along converging plate boundary. Okay, converging plate boundary means is going towards each other. Sorry, converging continental plate boundaries. So continental plate boundaries due to convection currents. Okay, so converging continental plate boundary to convection currents. So when there is converging, there is compressional forces, but they cannot subduct because it's too buoyant, too thick lah, too light. Okay, and therefore it will buckle and bend or buckle and fold. Up to you. Okay, and then once they buckle and fold over time, the outfold will become the Himalayas mountains or the fold mountain. Okay, so an example of a fold mountain, please remember the famous one, Mount Everest or Himalayas mountains. All these must know. Okay, next will be your earthquake. Explain how earthquakes occur. Again, I know it's described and explained, but you don't really have to use SDE because this is a non-human content. Non-human means it's a physical content lah. Okay, it's something that humans cannot control. Okay, so we look at this. Explain the how earthquakes occur. So your keyword is earthquakes. For this one, the keyword is four mountains. Okay, so how does it occur? So along split boundary due to convection current. So this one is very standard. Okay, very standard answer. Followed by friction between the plates, calling up build up stress in the area. Okay, because of friction, there's so because you are always fighting with each other, right? Fighting with each other, there will be friction among you, and when there's friction, there will be build up stress, right? So when there's build up stress, of course, the rocks in the plates cannot hold the stress. So once they cannot hold the stress, then they will slip many more meters. Means when slip means they will move lah. They will suddenly jerk many meters, causing earthquakes. Okay, because the stress is too much. Of course, if you have too much stress, so you will explode, right? You will shout at people, right? So same thing. There's too much stress in the rocks, therefore they will just slip many meters. Okay, so type of volcano. So this one very simple, very steep-sided, and then a very gentle slope. So it's a stratovolcano plus the formation. Okay, so formation of the landform and provide a name example. Again, the formation is there between converging. So you know stratovolcano. Stratovolcano is only converging plate boundaries due to convection current. So it is always the same. It always happens because of convection current. So when they converge, magma accumulate in the magma chamber, and therefore same thing when there is pressure build up, then it will rise through the earth surface, okay, through vents. Then once they rise through the earth surface through vents, and then they will hit the earth surface, and this is called lava. Okay, so it's magma underneath. Once they hit the earth surface, become lava. Okay, then lava solidifies and become a volcanic cone. Okay, volcanic cone means is a very small scale volcano, right? Very small scale volcano. So over years, this lava, ash, rock fragment will continue to build up lah. So got lava lah, got rock lah, got ash lah, whatever build up, and then it will become a volcano as it grows in size. Okay. Now this one is just a separate point where, because there might be an explosive eruption, then you will form caldera, or because the magma is stuck in the vent, then they form a secondary cone. But I don't think that this is part of the textbook syllabus, but it's good for you to know. Okay, an example, Mount Merapi. This one is Hulai's favorite, Merapi, and of course Mount Etna. Or you can also talk about Mount Agung. Mount Fuji cannot. Mount Fuji already extinct, so you cannot use that. So remember Mount Agung, Mount Merapi, and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, last but not least, convection current, how plates move. This one, we have covered it since the beginning of term 3. So you should know the steps very hard. So starts from the core. So heat from the core heats up, right? Heats up the mantle. And then the mantle will expand. And then it will rise. While it rises, it spread out. So when it spread out, because it expands and expands, right? So it will spread out. So while it spread out, it will pull the plates apart, right? It will pull the plates and then forming diverging plate boundary. Okay, then once it cools down, because you know the heat is no longer from the core, it will cool down and it will contract and then it will start to sink. Okay, once it cool down, it will start to sink, and then once it sinks, it will also pull the plates back together. So when they pull the plate back together, the plates will then start to subduct. And then after that, the full sink mantle will go back to the core, and then the whole cycle repeats again. Okay, so I hope this is clear enough for you to understand your tectonic corrections. Okay, if you have any questions, you let me know, and then we can go through it the next time. Thank you.